Well, it's a strange new world here on Trekyards. We have new things to talk about. I'm Captain Foley.
And I'm Commander Cockings. But it's funny because a few minutes ago I was a prodigy in this world, and before that my name was Picard. As if we've filmed three things back to back, and suddenly you tell me it's a strange new world. It's been five minutes since I was a prodigy. How does it keep changing so much? Oh, because it was Star Day, and they gave us so many goddamn things. You blessed us with a varying degrees of content. While we did not get a trailer, we got a informative, which I did kind of say there might be a BTS role. That's kind of, I predicted that, but we did get a BTS role with clips
and character announcements.
That's the big
things. But there was definitely some tidbits in there for us that we really were looking forward to.
And you know how we're going to do episodes about that, like graphically. Those are going to come. I've always started working on them. There'll be things, there'll be graphs, there's things to talk about. But what was your overall vibe though, walking away from Strange New Worlds? Because this is the one we were most looking forward to because we haven't been let down by it yet.
Pleasantly surprised, actually. I did not expect the amount of changing in visual style from Discovery to this. I was hoping for this, and we got it. It seems much more like they're taking a step in the right direction aesthetics-wise, which is great. I just wish we had seen more of the ship. We see some background images and things, yes, I understand. And actually something Anson Mount said on the panel, his closing statement was something about how the Enterprise is the real star of the show. And he's tweeted about things like that before, so he really cares about the ship and stuff. So I hope that's great. But overall, I was super happy to see a lot of the things we saw in this aesthetically, and getting some of the characters as well was interesting. So some good callbacks, and they promised other legacy characters as well, kind of in a little bit of a tease.
My general thoughts pretty positive. It would be so easy for them to get stuff wrong, as in wrong with a lowercase w, because moving too far away from the aesthetic it should be canonically. All they had to do was push it closer to that, and they'd win points. I think they're going an interesting route so far. They will look. I mean, we're gonna look at more. I'm just discussing with you without the graphics in front of me, so I can just be off on my head. But we're gonna do real breakdowns where we actually compare and we'll see how close they are. But definitely, it felt like they were making an effort to do something different. Which it's the hero ship of of all of Star Trek. If they don't give it the respect it deserves, which they half did in Discovery, but under different showrunners, that's a problem. But focusing on the cast announcements, I thought was a very smart choice. And a lot of the time in these shows, they don't go for the logical choice; they go for the thing they want to do. But it's logical to have these characters on the Enterprise, and so it's odd I'm so excited about it when it's the obvious thing to do, but because they could easily do the not obvious thing to do and a silly thing. And so just like, oh, okay, this is the thing highlighted. We've got existing characters, which means we can actively, give them 50,000 more screen time than they ever had in the show, which will then retcon back into TOS, improving their characters, and I say mess them up. But also we're gonna, build together this universe of the Enterprise that doesn't need to be isn't going to be Kirk focused, because he's at least not in this whatever. So I was quite pleased, and a lot of visual things. More was the same than I hoped, but and say no exteriors. But I the fact this show is now going to be the last released, even though it was the second filmed, is odd to me, because Lower Decks was finished first, Prodigy was finished second, Strange New Worlds was finished third, Discovery was finished fourth, and Picard, they're now finished, and yet this is going to be released after Picard. So I'm wondering why it's having such a pause. Maybe it's massively visual effects heavy. I mean, they're using the LED wall, which would imply a lot less visual effects needs because it's all done on set, a lot of it on set. Maybe it's massively visual effects heavy. Maybe they don't want to rush it, but that seems odd to me. But that said, February is only a few months away, and cut 10 more weeks. It's only going to be April. That's not that long, but so yeah, I'm wondering if this means cool things, or maybe hey, they might be like hour and 10-minute episodes. We don't know. That might be why it takes longer. Maybe they're maybe they're going for that real explorative feel, give them a real depth.
This was one of those uplifting things. It was bright. It felt optimistic. They talked about the episodic nature of it in the panel. I got the panel context as well with this, which I think might give me a different look at it than you, perhaps. But overall, visually, I'm happy about what I'm seeing. A lot of people might disagree, saying that it looked better, the uniforms in Discovery and things like that. But teach their own. I don't know what else to say about this. We didn't get. I mean, some of the characters are quite interesting. I don't know. I think we'll do a separate video on that. But to see some returning favorites, and even some you didn't really expect, like almost like a cameo character a little bit, because we had Dr. Mbenga, who was in like a few episodes of TOS as an assistant to McCoy, or I don't. He's in here. Like that blew me away. I'm like, that's awesome. We got Nurse Chapel that's not played by the same actress as number one, and they actually make a joke about it, saying, "Yeah, we'll actually have scenes with these two characters talking to each other." So that was kind of great. And of course, the big standout was Uhura. And a lot of people are like, "Well, she wasn't in the cage." Well, no, but this is after the cage, so she's not an issue. There's another character that I don't understand, and you probably know which one I'm talking about. I want your thoughts on that before I even get into it.
Look, Captain Pike is allowed to be in this show, okay? I know you're confused by Captain Pike. You want to be Captain April or Captain Kirk, but it makes sense, Stuart. That's who you're talking about, right? Captain Pike. What's his first name? What was Pike's first name?
Christopher Pike.
Thank you, obviously, yeah. That's who you're talking about, Stuart, right?
No.
Oh. No. Well, tell the audience, Stuart. I doubt it's Spock, because we all like Spock.
Lon Noonien Singh. That's right, Lon. A female Noonien Singh descendant.
Yeah, that was interesting. And Starfleet officer. Like, not even just like alien baddie.
That was a curveball. So.
Which implies story arcs. Because you ain't putting that in without having plans. And they know they're going to give this at least 3 seasons. I doubt for a second they haven't got on 5-year contracts, assuming they're going to get 3 years. And so they're planning, because they've seen how Discovery's crap when they don't plan, and even Picard, they change it around. So I would be beyond certain that they've got like two season plans for that character, which is really interesting then, because, stories. I had good vibes for every single one. Both the actors all felt good in uniform, the cast all felt good. And I will note it here, even though it's not the biggest deal, but after having done some graphics and then obviously going through that stuff, I was like, oh, by using existing characters and then inventing 2 new ones, it's incredibly female-centric cast. I'm like, cool. Like, really female-centric. And, awesome. Who they've got and how they framed it all was so interesting to me that, sweet. Makes sense,
And we will be doing breakdown videos of each of these, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click notification bell icon to all so you don't miss that stuff. But that being said, like this video. The thumbs up is really important. It's a free way to help us out. And also commenting down below what you thought about the characters, what your speculations might be. But if you really want to get into the weeds with us on that kind of discussion and really have a good, one-on-one discussion in real time, join us for the lives where we do these breakdowns, because you can come in and chat with us in the chat and just give us new ideas, new things to talk about, new ways to look at things. We really appreciate that, and we love interacting with you guys. So the comments section is a great way to interact, and it's good for the channel, it's good for the algorithm, but by all means join the lives as well.
And of course, if you want to support us directly, please do. Totally optional, but please do if you can. Patreon's a great way. Joining the channel on YouTube is another great way. Super chatting is that other great way, because it's direct interaction. And of course, just tune in regularly if you want to. Please do, please do. And until then, just keep watching videos, because there's loads.
And remember that he is Samuel Noonien Singh.
Oh. And he is Bob.
Yes. No, but seriously, I'm Captain Foley.
Yeah, I'm Connor Combs. See you next time. Bye, guys.
See you next time, guys.